So you're somewhere in your 20s, and you look around you and you feel as if you're not where you're meant to be. You feel deeply unhappy with your career, with where you are, with your life. You thought you'd have it all figured out by now, but you feel lost. You feel like you have no sense of purpose. Here are the 4 reasons you're a failure in your 20s. Let's begin by defining the opposite of failure. Let's begin by defining success. Throughout the majority of our lives, we have been told by others what it means to be successful. Do well in school, get into a good university, get a good career, get a good partner, get a nice house in a nice neighborhood, and you too can finally be happy and successful. But what if you don't want these goals? What if your circumstances don't allow you to go to school? How then can you consider yourself a successful and happy person? You see, people confuse temporary experiences such as graduating college or achieving some goal as success, but these experiences are just that, experiences, and they are temporary, and the feeling of accomplishment and success will be gone as soon as the experience is forgotten. So then, if success isn't these goals, how are we supposed to feel successful? I want to answer this with an example. Let's say that you are in school and you are told that at the end of the school term you will take an exam that will decide whether or not you pass. And so you decide to commit 2 hours of your day every day to study the course material. No distractions, no phone, no laptop, just you in the library with your books. The day finally comes for you to take your exam and you pass it. So what was the success here? Passing the exam or something else? I believe that true success lies in the creation of a study habit that allowed you to pass the exam. Real success isn't an experience, but rather a sustainable system of behaviors, i.e., habits, that reap continued rewards. This is the reason why most people will fail in their 20s. The loss of structure while simultaneous gain of freedom and money that comes with entering the workforce can create chaos, and good habits will fall by the wayside. Chaos can be the death of good habits, and good habits create long-term success. This will likely be one of the reasons why you will fail in your 20s. The next reason you're going to fail in your 20s is going to be because other people influence you dramatically and you don't even know it. For 99% of human existence, safety only existed in numbers. The survival of the tribe hinges on the members of the tribe getting along with one another and cooperating enough to acquire resources and knowledge. With this survival comes the sacrifice of a certain degree of individuality in the adoption of the tribe's values. This was for our ancestors' survival. However, these survival instincts still exist in us today, and because of this, you are shaped by the beliefs and values of those around you. But what if the group of people you are surrounded by have different goals and values? What if you adopted these values without really reflecting on them? What if you wake up one day, decades into a career or a relationship, and find yourself deeply unhappy and wondering how you wound up in this place? What if you're on this road right now? Life doesn't happen in a social vacuum. To some extent, you adopt the same values and goals as those around you. This is not necessarily a bad thing. Society hinges on group cooperation. However, the antidote to not fostering goals and values that you don't personally believe in is to question these goals and values. Spend some time alone with your thoughts, reflect, and be brutally honest with yourself about who you are. Think about who you were a year ago and what were some of the things that you valued. Do you still value these things? Understanding who you are and who you are not is the best path towards living a life that is truly yours. Your 20s are a beautiful time to figure out who you are. Your 20s will be the first time you are in the driver's seat of your own life. So put both hands on the wheel and drive. You'll make a few wrong turns, but so long as you recognize what path you're on and are able to course correct, you will be blazing your own path through life. And if you need to start anew, to take a different road, you will be doing so with the wisdom gained from knowing which road isn't meant for you. However, knowing who you are and what path you should take will not be enough to prevent you from making a critical mistake in your 20s. A mistake that has the potential to bankrupt you before you even make it to your 30s. Imagine working at a job 5 days a week only to come alive for 2 days on the weekend. Imagine months and years of this cycle with a few vacations sprinkled in. Imagine getting laid off from your job one day and looking into your bank account and there aren't many zeros west of the comma. Are there even any commas? Does anyone remember the last time someone seriously talked to them about credit scores, interest rates, or inflation? How many times has someone talked with you about what money is and what to do with it? Your lack of financial literacy will be the reason why you will fail in your 20s and potentially the rest of your life. Going into your 20s, you have likely never had to worry about the associated costs of living. Going into your 20s, you've never had to worry about health insurance, mortgages, or loan interest payments. You have no frame of reference for the actual cost of these big ticket items, and the only lessons you have about money revolve around not spending it. But no singular lesson can ever be enough. No investing strategy, no retirement plan, or budget will ever be sustainable without establishing a good relationship with money. Not understanding your relationship with money will cause you to fail in your 20s and possibly the rest of your life. Money can be something that makes you anxious and depressed, or it can be something that gives you ownership over your own life. Money can make you the master of your own destiny, but the only way to own your destiny is to better your relationship and understanding of money. Self-learning is the bedrock of financial literacy. So what if you were never taught about conscious spending? You can learn, can't you? So what if you don't come from a rich family? Every dynasty has to start somewhere, doesn't it? One book that can begin to change your mindset towards money and personal finances is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Books are the best tool to mold an abstract concept such as money into a tool that you can leverage. There is a reason why Rich Dad, Poor Dad is cited by so many people as the book that started them on their financial freedom journey. Changing your relationship with money for the better will require changing your mindset on a lot of things beyond just money. This finally brings us to the last reason why you're going to fail in your 20s. Change. When historians write about the decade of 2020, they will not say it was a boring decade. We have had global pandemic, racial violence, and now war. Cities have burned and cities are on fire. We are having conversations with ourselves and with our leaders that are long overdue. 2020 has started off as a decade of great upheaval, and there are few signs that the rest of the decade will be any different. With all of this change occurring in the world, how can there not be change that has occurred within you? Whatever dreams or plans you had as a child probably changed by the time you were a teenager, and then those dreams changed again when you became an adult. It's unrealistic for adults to be happy with a goal that was formed by their younger selves. If this is you, if you're unhappy with where you are, just know that it's okay to change. You just have to give yourself permission to begin again. If you do decide to begin again, at least you'll be doing so with the clarity of knowing what isn't right for you. Change is going to happen, whether or not anyone wants it to, whether or not anyone is prepared for it. While it might feel like a failure to begin again, change is just a part of the journey of life, and any meaningful journey is going to have some bumps in the road. Change will be a reason why you will feel like a failure in your 20s. But if change is inevitable, then why not embrace change and learn from those bumps in the road? The sooner you are able to embrace change, the sooner you will find success. These are the 4 reasons that will cause the most problems for people going through their 20s. To summarize those reasons: No one understands that success is a system, not a goal. No one knows what they actually want. No one has a good relationship with money. And finally, no one embraces change. These 4 reasons are why you're going to fail in your 20s. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment below on what you liked and what I can do better. It really helps me improve and make better content. Farewell, and until next time.